Welcome to Mysteries, Myths, and Legends. I'm Taylor.
I'm Savannah.
And Happy New Year. Officially, it's been the new year for you guys, but for us, it's now actually 2025. And as I was writing the date on this paper, I did in fact write 2024. And then I had to fix it.
Yeah, I think we'll be in that zone for a little bit.
Yeah, so. It's always a big problem for me.
Yeah.
Hate it.
Yeah.
Hate it a lot. You know what I did on... First of all, sorry. Immediately, I can't speak today. My words...
It just happens, you know.
In my brain, they're not connected, so sorry. What I was trying to say was things that I do not hate is what I actually ended up doing yesterday.
Oh, what?
I saw Hamilton on Broadway, and it was amazing. I have no... honestly, speechless.
Okay, does it count as Broadway if it's not in New York?
If it's not on Broadway, yes.
It does still?
Yes. If it's not on, on the one theater in Broadway.
Yeah, I hear people say that, but is that only referring to a specific...
No, because there's multiple theaters in New York that are not all on Broadway that have, so there's on Broadway shows and off Broadway shows. Okay. I think it just matters if the show has been on Broadway in New York.
Okay.
I don't really know the theoreticals, but this was definitely not an off Broadway show. This was a Broadway performance. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know all the stuff behind it, but that makes sense.
I did not see it in New York City. I saw it at the Broadway Center here in North Carolina. Okay. So, yes, it was a Broadway show. Hamilton. I guess one of the best. Truly, it was amazing. Oh my Lord, I just actually don't have any words. If anybody knows me, I've been obsessed with Hamilton for so many years.
Yeah, you really have.
And also, I've always been obsessed with Broadway. And I've never seen a show live before. And it was so good. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to have to become rich because they're very expensive to go see. And I have to go see all of them.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, everybody gets an expensive hobby once in their life, right?
Well, I have many.
Exactly. Yeah. See, sometimes it's that too. But
it's okay. It's fine. It's okay. Well, honestly, my addiction is just live experiences. I think that's what it is. Whether it be plays, concerts, whatever, anything live.
Or even
I'm down
movies.
to see it.
It's not even
movies?
Live, but...
Yeah. Speaking of movies,
we just bought tickets to see Nosferatu.
We're seeing it tomorrow as we're recording. So we will have an update for you guys next week. On our movie review, because obviously we know you guys love those so much.
Yeah.
The beginning's always just a movie update of what we're seeing. But that's fine because that's what we do.
Exactly.
We love the movies, and I'm so excited. I'm not saying I'm dragging Savannah to this, but I am. I did force her to want to go.
Okay, I don't know anything about it.
Well, good.
Okay.
That's good. It's literally the movie that we're about to see. It's just a remake of the original one.
I've never seen that either.
Well, it's about vampires, and you love vampires.
What's it rated? I didn't even look.
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I have no idea. I assume maybe R.
Is it supposed to be scary?
I don't think it's going to be scary.
No, okay.
No. I mean, unless you're scared of monsters and vampires.
No.
Yeah. See, no. It's not I don't think it's going to be boo, jump scares. No, I don't think so. Okay. Maybe one or two, but no. I'm excited. I think it's more like camp. Right. Or, that's the good kind.
That's kind of what I was getting from it too. Yeah. So
let's hope. Anyway, I guess we'll freaking see. Exciting. And we actually did, in fact, celebrate New Year's together. New Year's Eve, anyway, here in America.
Yeah.
And as the clock struck midnight, I ran quickly to crawl underneath the table.
No, you dove under that table.
I did slide. In High School Musical when Troy slid down the hall. I slid underneath that table and I ate 9 grapes because, listen, guys, I know the rule and I know the legend is to eat 12.
Yeah.
And it's you're going to find love or whatever. But the thing is, the last 3 grapes were so mushy, you don't understand. I couldn't do it. I said 9 has to be enough. So
it's the effort. The effort was there.
Listen, so my full intention was like I was eating those.
Yeah.
But they were so squishy, and I could not do it. And there were no more that were not squishy. So I only got 9 down, but it was, we had fun regardless. We had a great time.
Yeah, we did.
Yes. But, oh my gosh, one last thing before we get into our stories. The giveaway is officially over. I'm working on entering everybody's name into an Excel sheet, like literally as we speak. It will be done tomorrow, and then we will put everybody's name in a wheel, and we will pick.
It'll already have been updated by now. But
I know. I was just telling them how we were doing it.
Yeah.
That's our plan.
Yeah, it's our plan anyway.
And so then, when you hear this, we will have announced the winner. We don't currently know who the winner is, but yay, congratulations to you.
Yeah, congrats. Yay.
Whoever you are. Amazing. We'll give you a shout out next week when we actually know who the winner is. But yeah, I'm excited to see who wins.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's exciting. So if you want to, maybe enter the next giveaway, follow us on Instagram, and we will be posting it on there. Not that we have one going on, but there will definitely be more in the future.
There will be.
So, but other than that, if you want to rate and review us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, please. But if you want to get into your story, Savannah.
Yeah, sure. So this week, you're gonna love what I have to talk about today, Taylor.
Oh yay! How fun.
Okay, it's called The Island of the Dolls. Or some people call it The Island of the Dead Dolls.
Oh, that's even better.
Yeah. It's in Mexico City, Mexico. So it's also like in Spanish. Isla de las Munes. I can't speak Spanish. Whatever. And it's in the channels of Xochimilco. I looked up that pronunciation.
Period.
So period. So yeah, it's in the channels of Xochimilco. And on this island there are dolls just all over.
Why?
I'll tell you why. But first we're just gonna talk a little bit about this place. So the stories about this island, there's just like we'll get into in a little bit, but there is a former owner of this place, and now his family sort of taken care of it. Don Julian Santana Barrera. So the island is accessible to the public now, that he is no longer with us. But so you can go and visit this place, and you get there by boat, and you have to take these like gondola like boats across the channel. And I was looking up like TikToks and stuff to see people who have gone here, and one girl said that it took forever to get somebody to take her because nobody wanted to take her over there, and it also took like an hour to get there.
Oh, in the boat?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was just one account, but I mean, I don't know. So it sounds like locals just do not really want to take you here. I did see tours online that you can buy, but maybe it's not that hard to get here. But I also saw that some islands around this area have started to duplicate what they've done here with the dolls, and like try to like say, oh, this is the real Island of the Dolls, but it's like really not.
Oh,
they're trying to make fake islands.
I see.
Yeah, so maybe the tourist attractions are there. Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
not really sure. Yeah. But it sounds like a lot of locals just don't want to take you here. So anyway, getting into the legend. So in the 1950s, Don Julian Santana Barrera, he was out on his boat in the canals, and he came across a girl in the water. In some versions of the story, she had already drowned. But in others, she was like drowning, and he tried to help her, but failed. Didn't help her. So either way, this little girl drowned in the water. Mm-hmm. So the next day, he was out again because, he was just out fishing or something. And he came across a doll drifting down the canal.
I would go to a different canal at this point.
Just go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Well, he saw this doll and he thought something completely different than you. Because he picked it up because he's like, oh, this probably belonged to that little girl. And he took it and hung it from a tree in her memory.
Well, that's actually sweet.
Yeah. And he also did it to ward off evil spirits, supposedly.
I love that. That's a better idea than what I was going to say.
Yeah. So, and then some stories say that he even went out the next day again and found another doll.
What?
And took that one as well and put it up. But, after this, he took that as a sign. He's like, okay, I need to start getting more and more dolls.
Oh.
So.
Okay.
He started like scouring the trash for dolls, and he would trade produce from his garden for dolls.
What?
And he just collected hundreds of thousands of dolls, like so many dolls, and hung them up all over his island.
Wow.
And what?
It's so sad because like he clearly feels so bad for this little girl.
Yeah, it's all because of her.
Oh, that's horrible.
So he would hang them up all over, but he also would even hang up just parts of dolls that he found.
Okay, sir. I know he was like using what he had.
Yeah.
But that's so creepy.
Yeah, there's like doll
arms.
Yeah, arms, torsos, like heads, like just parts of dolls all over too.
It's a sweet sentiment, but don't ever do that for me in my memory, please.
Yeah. So he did this for 50 years.
What?
Because he started in like the 50s. And then
my God.
One day in 2001, his nephew came over to help him. They were fishing in the canal, and Barrera, he was 80 years old.
Wow.
He was just out there on his boat, like singing, and he was claiming that the mermaids in the water were calling for him.
What?
Which is like, okay. What? And I guess his nephew was just like, okay, like, I don't really know what you're talking about, but like, I'm just gonna ignore it.
Like, in that situation?
I would just be like,
I'd be like, okay.
Like, okay, uncle.
I'd be like, that sounds fun.
Yeah.
That sounds like a fun time.
Right. So his nephew was there with him, but he did leave for just a moment. And then when he came back, his uncle was lying face down in the water.
Oh, okay. I don't like that.
And of course, do you know where he was?
Yeah, where he found...
In the same spot he found the girl.
And why were they all face down? Like, what's going on there?
I mean, that's just how it happens when you drown, right?
I mean, yeah, but like in that same exact spot.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Spooky, spooky.
I know. So yeah, was it the mermaids? I don't know. He's talking about some mermaids and stuff. Like, there's honestly not much I found on like whatever mermaids he was talking about. But like, I feel like that's a key part to this story, right?
I mean, like, it either really is, which obviously it can be because it has to do with water, or maybe he was just old and a little bit delirious and like knew he was gonna die. And so he was just, like, thinking that.
Right.
Because they were at the water. But either one, really.
I was kind of thinking he was just, like,
delirious at the end, yeah.
Yeah. But, I mean, I don't know. Maybe the mermaids got the little girl, too.
Maybe.
But also, I do want to say, there's no definitive evidence of the little girl that he found, like, being in there. So, supposedly... No, like, there's no evidence that anybody was there that drowned at all.
Oh,
like,
interesting.
The only evidence is that he says that he saw her, So it's like,
well, maybe she drowned in the bottom.
Like, yeah, but like, wouldn't you think there was like, oh, there's a missing girl,
Oh, you're right.
People are looking for her.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, that was probably her who drowned. But there's not really anything. I mean, I guess.
When did you say this was happening?
Like the 50s.
Yeah,
So, like, maybe,
I
guess it could just be some girl that nobody really knew about.
Or, like, she was from far away and, like, ran away.
Yeah.
Like, far from home.
Or maybe she was, like, an orphan.
Yeah, literally. And then maybe the mermaids got her.
Maybe, something like that. Yeah, so there's not any evidence to show, like, who she was or anything.
Yeah.
But he dedicated his life to her in a way.
That's so sweet.
By putting up all these dolls for her.
And literally died in the same spot she did.
Yeah.
Like, not even purposefully. Or maybe purposefully.
Yeah.
That's so sweet.
So, yeah, she was real to him.
Yeah, it doesn't even matter if she's real.
I know.
Now, hold on, though.
Yeah, what?
Because if she wasn't real that whole time, maybe he was, like, schizophrenic.
He was just crazy the whole time.
Yeah, like thought he saw her, thought he saw the mermaids, like, his whole life.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
I mean, we'll never know. I'm going to choose to believe that, like, she's real, he's real.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that's definitely a possibility.
I mean, yeah. So, there is more to this.
Oh,
present day.
Tea.
Hauntings. Yeah. So, people who visit here, you know, the rare times you get to go visit. So, like, I mean, what it seems like is people rarely get to visit, but maybe it's more than I'm thinking. I'm not sure. But there have been reports of the dolls' heads moving, or their arms moving, or them opening their eyes.
That's exactly why I don't like dolls. So, makes sense to me that would happen.
So yeah, people have seen them move around. There's also claims, you're gonna love this, that they whisper to each other.
Stop. You're not catching me nowhere close to this island. Mm-mm.
You don't want to go?
No.
I feel like it'd be fun.
No. Oh my God, no.
If I show you pictures, you'll love it.
Sure I will.
So visitors will also bring offerings, of course. And they say that they bring the offerings in exchange for like a miracle or blessings, you know, from the dolls, like good luck. And some people change the dolls' clothes and like maintain the island too.
Well, that's sweet.
So,
that's sweet. It's reminding me of Lake Shawnee.
And those literally toys. It kind of looks like it in a way, just because the old toys.
And like the thing is, I didn't really think it was that creepy at Lake Shawnee, but it definitely wasn't not creepy. Like it was still creepy. So I can't imagine just having a whole island looking like that.
I know.
Scary.
It's crazy. So yeah, and some people, I forgot about this part. You're gonna love this too. So. Some people say when they're like on the boat passing by the island or like about to get onto the island, they hear or like they feel that the dolls are luring them in.
Stop. Dolls are so evil, and you're never going to convince me otherwise. I'm so sorry if you're like a doll lover. I hate them.
I like dolls.
Hate them. Hate them.
I used to have an American Girl doll.
Disgusting. I'm not even kidding. God. They scare me so bad. They always have. And I don't really know why.
I mean, I guess I can understand, like, it's the reason some people like them is probably the same reason people don't like them. Mm-hmm. In that it is similar to a real person.
Yeah.
And it's like some people, okay, that's a fun way to play around. Like, okay, you can pretend you're being this little doll and dress it up and stuff, which I like dressing them up and stuff. Yeah. But then you see them and you're like, no, that's like literally looks like a person. It's creepy.
Take care of that. Yeah, like I don't want to do that.
So it's like people like and hate them for the same reason.
You're so right. That's actually funny.
Yeah. So
that's so true. I've never thought about it like that.
I know. I just kind of realized that. But so yeah, and this. Oh God, this next point. I should have said this before. It's never
getting better, Savannah.
It's not. Some people say that after dark, the dolls become animated by the spirits of the dead.
Okay, so this is not at the museum, but it's not at the Doll Island.
Yeah.
This is okay. Let's make this a horror movie, and we have to make it. So.
Oh my god.
We got to copyright this.
Okay.
This is so scary. If I were to ever go to this island, sure, maybe, but it would have to be in the day. I would never. The second, like the sun, like 3 p.m., I gotta get on the boat to go.
Yeah.
And immediately get off. I'm not being there at night.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this island has also been featured in some TV shows. And as you probably guessed,
I'm ready.
Ghost Adventures.
Oh.
Zach has been here.
That does not surprise me.
It's also been featured on the Amazon Prime show Lore, which I've never seen.
I've never seen that either.
And BuzzFeed Unsolved.
Love. If you don't know, we love BuzzFeed Unsolved now.
Which
Watcher.
They're
now
Watcher.
Now they're Watcher. So.
They had some drama for a second.
Oh, I have no idea.
The tea is they tried to make Watcher like a subscription.
Oh.
And then everyone was like, "No, we're not gonna watch it if it's only your subscription. Like, put it back on YouTube." Yeah. And then they did.
Okay, well, good. Like, I feel like
it's back on YouTube.
Feel like that's fair. They can have YouTube and they can have a Patreon option if people want to buy more.
But they were like, no, like you can only watch it.
Yeah, that's crazy. I would not pay to watch it, but I do love it.
Yeah, same.
So.
But anyway. they went.
So they went to the Island of Dolls?
Yeah.
How do I not remember this? Okay, so you didn't watch it either.
No.
Okay, we might have to.
I know. I didn't really have time to watch all these shows. I should have watched.
I get that. I get that because I didn't have time to watch this show that's featured in my story either.
Yeah. Okay, so what else do I have here? I already told you this, that people have been putting dolls up on other islands to sort of take tourists there instead of this one. But also, this island has been named the world's largest collection of haunted dolls by Guinness World Records.
Honey, I am not going there. I'm rescinding everything. Absolutely not.
I feel like I would go.
Specifically saying haunted is crazy. Because if they were just regular dolls, sure. Haunted dolls. So are they confirmed to be haunted by Guinness? Like,
I mean, I guess. What qualifications do they have? I don't know.
I guess I don't know either. Like, I actually have a Guinness World Record.
Wait, I'm going to show you pictures of this place.
Okay, oh my god.
I just looked it up on Google Images. Just look through.
Oh my. Sorry. I'm so sorry to those who have that throw up fear. I'm actually gonna gag looking at, like, you know what? I don't like, I'm gonna actually throw up. You know, I have that disease where I don't like the holes.
Yes.
This one is triggering me. Okay. This is so scary. There are so many dolls.
I know.
Ew. And they're literally hanging everywhere. Oh my god. I'm rescinding everything I said. I would go here just for the photo op.
I was gonna
But then
say,
I would run away as quickly as possible.
Like, it is kind of a good photo op situation.
Like, I feel like if we had, we're going to take Joseph with us, my friend who's a really good photographer, and...
We're going to go down to Mexico.
Down to the Island of Dolls. Honestly, it's so creepy, though. I'm not, saying it's not creepy. That is horrifying. I would never be there in the dark. But it does look very, creepy, but cool creepy. So I want a picture there.
Yeah. So
we could honestly maybe create that in your woods.
Oh my god. Oh my god. How am I gonna sell my house ever? One day. What
do you mean? That's gonna boost the value. We have the Trail of Dolls.
And we're gonna put dolls just in my backyard. And then one day I'm gonna put my house up for sale and someone's gonna be like,
what's that? Oh, that's just the Trail of Dolls. It's a part of, it's just,
god.
Me. Some people might like that.
I think that would lower the value.
Listen, it's like in Beetlejuice when they think the ghosts are gonna, not be able to sell the house, but then they're like, oh, it's haunted. We're gonna make so much
honestly,
money.
Maybe you're right.
Yeah.
It could.
It could go either way. So we might have to look into that.
Yeah.
The Trail of the Dolls. Wow.
So anyway.
The Island of Dolls. Listen, Savannah. I don't like that. And you knew I wasn't going to like that.
I know. I saw that and I immediately was like, ooh, this is perfect to tell Taylor about. Because she loves dolls. Even when I was visiting my grandparents a few days ago, I sent you a picture of some dolls. I was like, don't you love this?
And it's so funny because Dina was also with her grandparents and she sent me pictures of dolls.
Yeah.
And fun fact, guys. Okay, this is a spooky story. I do think it was gravity. I will start out by that. Okay. But so in Dina's grandma's house, there are 2 specific dolls, and they sit facing the bed. Okay. I've stayed in there. They're so creepy. They're like cute, but they're so creepy.
Yeah.
And she fell asleep. The shoes were on the doll's feet. When she woke up, the shoes were off. And so she had to put the shoes back on the doll's feet. And I'm like, they probably just fell off, but it's so weird that both of them fell off because they're not, like, connected shoes.
See, I would be creeped out, like, how they landed.
And perfectly.
No way.
Yeah. Ew, it sickens me.
That would make me think it wasn't gravity.
Thank goodness she's back home. She made it safe. She's out alive. So she did put the shoes back on.
The dolls that I sent you a picture of were in the room that my parents were staying in.
Good. Oh, yes.
So I wasn't staying in that room, so I didn't realize if they moved or not.
Okay, that's good. See, when I went to West Virginia for Christmas to see my family, the room that I stay in is where my aunt keeps her giant Raggedy Ann and Andy dolls. So I move them immediately. First thing I do when I walk in their house, I go up to the room and I take them and I move them into the hallway.
Yeah.
So they're not in the room with me. Number one, it's got to happen every time. And if me and my brother are both there, we have to like fight and we have to like put them in my parents' room. And my mom's like, not in my room.
Yeah.
So then they just have to go like in a closet somewhere because nobody trusts these dolls. It's really that serious. So, anywho, I suppose getting into my story for this week, it's a little bit of a weird one, dude. I can't remember where I heard of it from. Maybe my dad has been watching like a bunch of really weird, random stuff on like the History Channel.
Okay.
And as I briefly pass by, I like hear them say weird things. So I think that's where I found this story. But I looked it up and I was like, okay, let's do it. It's a wild ride is really the best way I can describe it. So I have for you the legend of the Bela Lugosi mirror.
Okay.
Dun, dun, dun. So Bela Lugosi, he is actually a man. He was born in Hungary. But he grew. You see, I'm telling you, my brain, it can't do it today. The dyslexia, it's being a problem. Anyway, Bela Lugosi, this Hungarian man, he grew up to be a famous Hungarian-American actor who, there is another reason I did this story, I just forgot till right now. He grew up to be Count Dracula in the movie Count Dracula.
Oh my God.
Iconic.
Okay, and he painted this?
This is a mirror.
Oh, a mirror. Why did I think it was a painting?
Because earlier I said painting, but I meant mirror.
Oh.
So it's my fault. Okay. It's a mirror. But it was his mirror, yes.
Yeah, okay.
And he does do some things to this mirror, so it's not just like hanging on the wall. So, but we'll get there. But yeah, this man, he played Count Dracula.
That's cool.
And he actually loved playing any kind of role in horror movies. He was also in The Son of Frankenstein. So he was very popular in like the monster horror genre movies, which is fitting considering we're seeing Nosferatu tomorrow.
I know, so excited.
Same. So his love for horror did expand more than just the horror movies that he was acting in. He actually dabbled in the occult, which I know, I'm just going to say as a note, we say all the time in these stories, but this is actually true.
Okay.
He admitted himself, like, yes, I do occult work. Right. So, and specifically, he would practice the act of scrying, which is peering into a reflective surface in attempt to see either the future or the past. So hence the mirror. Yeah. Yes. Okay. So, due to him practicing this occult stuff directly into this mirror, those who have owned the mirror after Bela Lugosi claim that only negative things have happened after they bought it. So, let's get right on into the story, shall we? So, I mentioned Bela Lugosi, the original. I mean, I don't know if he was the original owner of the mirror, but he was the original owner of the mirror before any of the occult things started happening to it. But yeah, he would occasionally attempt to scry into this mirror. And it was kind of sort of like a little pastime hobby for him at first. He wasn't like doing it every day. He was kind of like us with tarot cards. Sometimes we try to read them, but it's not like we're practicing every day.
Right.
But after his wife died, he started doing it more and more. And eventually, he was attempting to contact his dead wife through this mirror through scrying like daily. Oh. And some believe that this caused him to actually open a portal that he could not close. Mm. Which, I mean, that sounds like a good story to me, right? Sounds like it fits. Mm-hmm. But there's a part that's missing. So, the part about his wife, it might actually not be true. So, you see, he actually was married 5 times. So, he had 5 different wives. All of them ended in divorce. Oh. So, that brings up the question, if all of his wives are still alive and he's divorced, who was he really trying to meet, like reach in the mirror?
Yeah, okay.
So personally, it's a question that we might never have the answer to because Bela Lugosi is no longer with us.
A relative
just my personal thought is like, what if he was just trying to contact anything?
Yeah.
He could. True. And then what if he contacted something like a darker force by like doing this? And like, because I think I don't exactly know, but I think if you're doing it with intention, trying to actually contact somebody, like that's how you're supposed to do it. But if you're doing it with the intention to just contact anything,
yeah.
I feel like the logical way of thinking would be like, the bad ones are obviously going to come first. Right. They're going to be like, okay, I want to talk to you. Yeah. Like if this whole whatever is like real, So that's what people say. Basically that he used his wife as an excuse for it to be more socially acceptable for him. Because this was like back in the day. Mm-hmm. I mean, even today people would be like, what? Yep. But they would be a little bit more accepting of it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. If he really was talking to a darker spirit or whatever you want to call it, maybe that can explain what happens to the mirror in the future. Mm-hmm. So, after Bela Lugosi passed away, he was just like, old and died regularly. A man by the name of Frank Saletri moved in to Bela's house, and the mirror happened to be one of the things that he left behind in the house.
Okay.
And it was covered by a curtain. So when Frank first moved in there, like, it was completely covered. Mm-hmm. So we have talked about mirrors many times in the past year. And it's a superstition that if you don't want whatever is trapped inside the mirror to come out, you need to cover it. So I feel like the fact that when Frank walked into that house and it was covered, that should have been his sign to maybe just leave it covered and get rid of it. Instead, he uncovered it. And it was also like a very thick, very nice curtain that covered it. It wasn't like something like light and sheer.
Yeah.
But he uncovered it, and very short time later, right in front of that mirror, Frank Saletri was brutally murdered. Yep, right in front of the mirror.
Oh my God.
In his house. And, the police obviously investigated it, and they basically just determined it was homicide. They never figured out who did it, and they were like, yeah, it's mob related. They just blamed it on the mob.
Oh, wow. I mean, I guess it could.
I mean, it totally could have been, the mob thriving back in the day, but was it the mirror? Who knows? It was right in front of the mirror. So at this point, we've got Bela Lugosi. He's doing some magic, some dark magic up in the mirror. Now the mirror has seen this murder, or maybe even caused it. Who knows?
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So, yeah. Also, we have to, think about, like, mirrors. Again, we talked about them a lot. Sometimes people say that, like, they're portals to another world. Mm-hmm. So, the more dark things that this mirror is experiencing, possibly the more dark things that it's going to cause. Mm-hmm. So, moving on. As the years and years pass on, the mirror is handed to many different people, all of which seem to have bad luck. Like, the mirror does not ever last long with a family. very quickly it's, given away, passed on. So today, actually, after all this time, the belief is that if you look into the mirror for like just, a minute or two, just glance at yourself, you will start to become ill. You will see things behind you that aren't actually there. And some people even witness their own face like morph into a face that's not their own.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I don't like any of this.
No. Other people said, none of that really happened, but it did make me feel very uncomfortable, very unsafe, whatever. And I did say, it passed through so many hands over the years, and all of them claimed to either be physically hurt, hauntings, or like weird things started happening in their house immediately once they brought the mirror in, and then immediately stopped when they took it out. And even more death. So more people have died in front of the mirror, not just the original Frank. And actually, fun fact. So after Frank died in front of the mirror, it's horrible, but his niece inherited the mirror. Of course, they did. The family wasn't thinking anything about the mirror at this point. Right. It's only through the years that we've seen all of this like bad stuff happening with the mirror. They're like, oh wait, maybe it was the mirror.
Yeah, or something that's coming out of the mirror.
Yes. So Frank's niece inherited the mirror. The next day, after the mirror was in her possession,
oh no,
she woke up and had bite marks all around her neck. Now listen, this is what I have to tell you.
Oh, damn, at least she woke up.
I mean, for real, grateful to be alive.
She was gone,
but here's the thing. Here's the weird thing. Bela Lugosi, the original mirror owner, he played Dracula, bro.
You're right.
And she's waking up with bite marks on her neck. That is weird coincidence. I mean, unless she's lying, but I don't know. But Savannah, we're getting into the part of the story where you would never, ever guess who owns this mirror today.
Oh, my God. Does he really? Mr. Baggins.
Mr. Zach Baggins himself does currently own the Bela Lugosi mirror. It is located in Las Vegas at his museum, which gives us yet another reason to go to Vegas to his museum.
To see that.
No, we need to go to Vegas to gamble. We need to go to party, and we need to go to the museum.
I mean, true.
Just a little bit of gambling, a little bit of partying, and a lot of bit of the museum.
You're right. Yeah.
Okay,
no,
exactly.
Right.
Exactly. I mean, Zach would approve. I feel like we can ask him maybe if he's there.
No, you're so right.
But yes, so Zach Baggins does have it now. It's in the museum. So it was actually Frank's niece herself who, at least from what I could tell, the episode, it was very weird. The episode I was watching, I think she gave the mirror away and then somehow it got back in her hands.
Okay.
Or maybe it was just all for the show.
Right.
Zach, don't come for me. I'm not saying you fake your show. You may, I'm sure you do, but listen, I'm sorry.
He could. I'm sorry. At least some of it, right?
I mean, I know there has to be a story. Trust me. We do this every week too. I know there's got to be a story, but I'm just saying that part was confusing to me. But anyway, Frank's niece is bringing it in on the episode. I did not watch the full episode because this man, it takes a crazy turn. Anyway, she brings it in and she was like, yeah, so my daughter had the mirror for a little bit and she gave it back to me because something came through the mirror and physically attacked her.
Oh my God.
And obviously he was like, oh my God, that's the craziest thing I've ever heard in my life. You know how he is.
Yeah.
So essentially her daughter explains that she was in her room where the mirror was. You know, like they had just put it in her room.
Yeah.
And she was just playing with her toys. And she said what looked like an arm came through the mirror and grabbed her by the throat.
Oh my God.
So somehow she was able to get away and like literally run out of the house. Thank God. But her family had to put her through therapy in multiple different facilities to get better from that. Like it was that traumatizing. Damn. So she had actually like ruined her life, low-key.
It sounds like
so. It's just not good. And again, I did say there is an episode. It is the show Deadly Possessions, episode 4, if you want to watch it. I didn't even finish watching it because, well, I'll explain to you here in just one second.
Okay.
But the daughter who had, been grabbed by the throat or whatever, clearly she said she did not want to participate in the show. So she was not in the show. Just in case you were curious.
Okay.
Because sometimes people be saying that. They're like, oh, I don't ever want to touch the thing again. And then they're still in the show.
Oh, yeah.
The girl who was sent to, like, the facilities, she was not in the show. So, listen, if I don't believe anybody else's story, I do kind of believe her story.
Yeah, because that gives it credibility.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And so then, this is why I turned the show off. Because then, Zach brings in, like, 5 random fans of the show.
Wait, what?
Okay. To the museum. And he's like, he has a room like full of mirrors. And he's like, okay, I want you guys to go in here in this dark room, one-on-one, stare into these like 3 mirrors for 5 minutes each, which is exactly not what you're supposed to do to this Bela Lugosi mirror, first of all.
Right.
And then just like see how you feel after that. And so obviously they come out of there, they're all like feeling sick, but they don't know any of the backstory. And I'm like, the fact that he's making them do this and they have no idea what they're doing is so bad to me. And so that's why I turned it off, because I was like, I can't stand for this.
Yeah.
So I don't know how they reacted to that. But if you want to watch it, it's on Deadly Possessions.
What the heck? Why would they do that?
I don't know. So, yeah. But regardless, we absolutely will be going to his museum one day. And we will at least I will be looking into that mirror. So I will let you know how I feel whenever we go. So, yeah, that's the legend of the Bela Lugosi mirror.
Oh, my gosh.
I just don't know how I feel about it. I just really don't. I want to see it for myself.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about it either.
Same. I don't want no hand coming through the mirror and choking me, though. That's horrifying. So, I'm good off that. I'm good off the Doll Island. All of this is kind of scary. This episode... nightmare fuel for me. Hopefully I can sleep tonight. You know what I'm still thinking about? The not deer.
I know.
Oh my God, there's so many deer everywhere. Okay, I know. I hate when I remember something so important at the end of the episode. Okay. But I hope you guys are all still listening, because I went over to my friend Dina's house the other night. Me and Savannah had told... Savannah, I haven't even told you this.
Okay.
Me and Savannah had told Dina the story of not deer and like why they're so scary. I went over there, and I have to, like, she lives, like, in, like, the lower part of this house or whatever. So I have to, like, walk downstairs, basically, outside. And I get to the door, standing literally 5 feet away from me is a deer, Savannah. I just, like, look up, and there's a deer. And I was like, I panicked, because I was like, for sure it's going to run. No, it just stared at me. And I swear to you, I thought it was going to charge at me, so I booked it. I never ran so fast. And then I was, like, freaking out, telling Dina, I was like, I think there's actually a not deer outside, because that was so scary. And then she was like, what? Let's go see. We went back outside. Gone. Nothing. No sign of the deer. Nothing.
Wait, where was it?
Okay, so, like, when you're walking... So, like, the little patio they have?
Yes.
And, like, the stairs to lead up to the balcony? Yeah. It was right beside the stairs. Like, how the door's right here?
Yeah.
And, yeah. So, it was very close. And I've never seen a deer that close. Oh, God, Savannah, I was so scared. Oh, no. Even if it wasn't a not deer. Even if it was just a regular deer. I don't want to be close to a deer.
No.
Not after the not deer episode. I'm scared. So, that episode has traumatized me. I hope it didn't traumatize you guys as bad as it has me. But it sure has me.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but anyways, definitely be sure to check out our Instagram for pictures from our stories this week.
The creepy ass.
Literally, like creepy doll island, creepy mirror. It actually just looks like a mirror, honestly. It's not that creepy, okay. But like, gotta play it up. It's a very creepy mirror.
Yeah, it's really creepy.
Yes, but definitely check out our YouTube and our TikTok as well. But really, other than that, that's really all I have for you guys this week. What about you, Savannah?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, then I guess we will see you guys next week.
All right, cue the music.